Hello, friends. Welcome to part 3 of me reading new to me authors. For today, well, technically yesterday, because I started reading it yesterday, I am reading, if you can see it, I know there's a glare, If I Never Met You by Mari McFarlane. I've heard some really good things about Mari McFarlane. I watch a lot of BookTube and stuff, and I believe it was Haley Pham and Brianna Kay. I love their videos, and I think we have very similar book taste, and both of them, I believe, really like her. So I'm curious to see what I think. I think this is a rom-com. I think she does write a lot of romances, and I'm pretty new to the world of rom-coms. I've only read a few, but they're not always my favorite. I just like a little bit deeper books, but I am very intrigued about this book. Like I said, I started the book last night, and I'm really not very far into it, but so far we're following our main character, Lori, and she is in a long-term relationship with her boyfriend, Dan, I believe his name is, and they've been dating for 18 years. They have a pretty steady, consistent relationship. She really values that consistency in life, which I feel ya, me too. Lori meets this guy who works at her same law firm, and he is a playboy type. So every other weekend it's a different girl, and just very different relationship status. Then she ends up going back to her home with Dan, and he tells her that he wants to end things. And that's where I'm at right now, and you can kind of see where this is going, but I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to reading it. Like I said, not much has happened, but I'm hoping for a good read. Hey you guys, it has been a little bit since my last update on my book. I'm now a little less than 30% through, and we're still following Lori, and Dan has just broken up with her, kind of just told her he wants to go find himself. He's not really interested in marriage, having kids, which are both things that Lori really wanted in the relationship. So they end things. She's reeling from that because obviously she has been with him for 18 years. And we're also getting to know more about Lori, and just knowing, one, her parents are not great parents, not really as there for her as she would like. And she's also a very steady, consistent person, really likes just her life being the same with Dan, and obviously that's all changed. So she's reeling from that. And then he comes to her house, like, I think it was 10 days later, and he tells her that he has a new girl, and that girl is pregnant. He didn't plan to have a kid with her, but obviously it's still really hard for Lori when she wanted kids so bad. He said he didn't, and then he goes and his new girlfriend is pregnant. So that's where I'm at, and now the law firm that both Dan and her work at are kind of figuring it out, and rumors are spreading, word is spreading. She's just dealing with that. Apparently their law firm is just, they love their gossip, and now she's the subject of it, and she never has been before, because like I said, they've always been consistent, her and Dan. Never had anything to gossip about, never had anything to talk about, and now this big thing is happening. It's just, obviously Lori's really going through it. Hey you guys, I'm currently just chilling in my pajamas and reading on my Kindle. I think we're at a turning point in the story, and obviously Lori and Dan have split up. It's a whole thing, spiraled. Dan's girlfriend is pregnant. There's all that stuff. But in addition to that, now Lori is going home after a day at work, And sure enough, who steps into the elevator but our Playboy character from earlier, Mr. Jamie Price. And then, because it's a story, the elevator breaks down and they are forced together for an hour and a half. And following that, they go out for drinks, and that's where I'm at. I do believe we have met the love interest in this story, and I mean, of course we have, but I'm so invested in this romance, like more so than I thought I would be. I'm very much enjoying my time. Good morning. It is Sunday, and I've got a couple hours before church, so I'm planning to honestly just sit and read my book for a while. Before I do that, though, I did want to update where we're at, because I think the last time that I said anything, Lori and Jamie were stuck in an elevator, and then they went and like got drinks, whatever. And they have now come up with a plan in order for Jamie to get a promotion that he's hoping for in their law firm. He kind of has to be a little bit more steady in his relationship status, because he does kind of go out with just whoever, and the bosses are like, yeah, no, we're not gonna, you need to be more responsible than that. And Lori wants to get back at Dan and make him feel jealous and all that stuff. So they decide to fake date and pretend to be a couple. They're hoping that both of them will get the mutual benefits from this fake dating. So that's where I'm at. They just went out to dinner, drinks, it was like a date, and posted a picture about it, and we have yet to discover the reactions of people, but I'm actually surprised how much I'm enjoying the book, because I'm not the biggest rom-com fan, but I'm having fun. Like it's a fun book. It's not super deep or emotional, but I'm enjoying my time. And like I said, I'm just gonna probably chill and read. I'm hoping to probably get a lot of reading done today. I don't have a whole lot to do. So just hoping to kind of plow through the book some today. I was doing some reading yesterday and today. Unfortunately, I did not read as much on Sunday as I wanted to, because I looked at Instagram instead. I am now about 60% of the way through, I believe, and obviously Jamie and Lori are doing their fake dating, and he actually ends up taking her to his family's house for his dad's birthday, and we get a little bit of a backstory into Jamie's life, and there's a lot of loss in his family, but he takes Lori to his dad's birthday, and over the weekend, I mean, there's some feelings there, and you're definitely, as the reader, feeling that this is maybe more than just fake dating, as I'm sure you could guess. But Jamie asks Lori at one point, like, how she knows if it's like a true love type of thing, that you could spend the rest of your life together with them and get married, and she asks him why, and he tells her that he met somebody, and that's where he leaves it. And she's all disappointed now, because she's like, oh, there's another girl, and we're just fake dating. But I mean, girl, who do you think he's talking about? That's where I'm at right now. Their whole workspace as well, all their coworkers are still shocked, and Dan, Lori's ex, is now getting into the business, and it's just a whole thing there for them. But I'm just waiting for them to make it official, because I just know that's where this is going. Of course you do. That's what fake dating in romances becomes. I will say, this book, I am enjoying it when I'm reading it, but sometimes when I set it down, I don't always want to go back and pick it up. It's fine and fun and enjoyable when I'm in it, once I actually get into the story, but I'm not obsessing over it when I'm not reading it. So, but yeah, it's okay. Another thing is this book does have a lot of references to like movie type things, actors, that kind of stuff, which I'm not a huge movie person and I'm not super well versed in the Hollywood world. So I don't get all of the references. I don't know if that's just because I'm not more in that world, or also like Lori and Jamie are in their 30s. So I'm obviously a lot younger, so I don't know if it's just a generational thing, but yeah, that is one thing that I don't love, is just how many movie references and stuff there are, and especially because I don't get it all. But honestly, it doesn't take away that much from the book for me personally. But yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I'm now about 90% of the way through my book, so I'm nearing the end, and I thought I would come on here and update before I finish it. It has been a little while since I said anything. I think the last time I left off, Lori and Jamie were like having feelings, but they hadn't actually taken action yet. And where we're at now, Lori and Jamie have made it official, as we all knew they would. And it's kind of stirred up some stuff. Kind of the whole relationship has stirred up stuff in their workplace, in their offices, and there's a lot of pushback and people aren't really liking it. Anyway, so they have this short span where they're a thing and they're just going like normal, but then their fake dating comes into light and the people in their work realize what they were doing and that they were playing them, and it leads to a whole thing, and now Jamie and Lori are no longer a thing. So we are getting a third act breakup, which I was not expecting. That caught me off guard. And like I said, I'm 90% of the way through just about. So I'm curious how this is going to kind of all work out, because I seriously doubt they're just going to leave us like this. I don't know why it makes me so happy. Lori got a cat, and it just like makes me so joyful that she got a cat. It has now been a few days since I finished If I Never Met You, and here are my honest thoughts. I thought it was okay. Like I said earlier, I wasn't super invested in it. Like it was fine when I was reading it, but then when I set it down, it wasn't really something that I like kept wanting to get back into, and I didn't care that much. I didn't really love either of our characters, and I think that took away from it. To be honest though, I didn't hate it. I did give it 2.25 stars, and that's only because I didn't love the ending. Let me actually tell you how it ended. Lori and Jamie end up getting back together and they kind of work things out. Then they decide that they're going to get married and see how it works. It felt like a very rushed ending, and I didn't love that they were just going right into marriage. I wish they would have had like one of those epilogues where it's years in advance and then they decide to get married or something. But that was really my biggest drawback. And otherwise, it was fine. If I'm being honest, I think rom-coms aren't my favorite genre, so it's really just a me problem. If you love a fake dating rom-com, I think this would be a great option for you. Just for me personally, it wasn't my favorite genre, but again, it was an easy read. It was fun and enjoyable while I was doing it. Just not my favorite read, but that's okay. That is another author that I have tried out. I thought she was a fine author, and I liked her writing. I may try some of her other books sometime. Bye, guys.